Hello, this is IPSer, and welcome back to Let's Play Final Fantasy IV, part of the finale marathon. Okay, so today we're going to be, I'll go ahead and tell you, I have enough time this episode to wrap up the Lunar Subterrane. Yeah, we'll be out of this place now. We got a dragon fossil. Alright, let's take him out. Just die and quit hitting me, you jerk. I actually had some of you ask me, IPSer, after you finish this LP, are you just going to pick up your Super Mario World LP? Probably not, viewers, because if I ever want to do that again, I'm going to have to start all over. Which, really, I don't really want to do that anyway, so, yeah. You'll see what my next LP is. Oh, I won't update it today, but you'll know. And also, some of you have been also asking me in personal messages, by the way. IPSer, why have you been titling your episodes, Let's Do This? Well, let's doing this, yeah! So, yeah, that's pretty much the reason why. Oh! Well, it looks like we're out of the Lunar Subterrane, and in a new area, well, we're still in Lunar Subterrane, we are at the core of the moon now, though. Pretty much, essentially, the final part of the Lunar Subterrane. Every random encounter is a boss. Yeah, you can run from them, but every random encounter is a boss, so. I'll be running from most of these battles, because we're really close to the end, and these guys don't offer too much anyway. So, I'll fight a few of them. Like, I'm going to fight one of each, just show off the new enemies, like the Evil Mask here. Pretty much you cast Reflect on everybody, and then start casting, like, Nuke and White on them on itself. Pretty much you can use Bahamut, and you can also use, Light on, like, Cecil and take them out easy. Yeah. Don't worry about your MP if you stocked up. There's no more save points in the game, by the way. If you stocked up on, what's its face? It's, elixirs, you should be fine. Yeah. So, hey, we go like 10 minutes without a save point. Like, the save point is 10 minutes away from the ending on this game. It's still not as bad as Final Fantasy III. Whew. On that game, you can only save on the world map. Therefore, the last save point is like 2 hours from the end. So, that's one thing I don't like about playing Final Fantasy III. Like a actual DS, not like an emulator and such. Off emulator, yeah, that's really the reason I don't really like 3. I will LP it, don't get me wrong. I actually love the game, actually. I just don't really like playing it on real systems. Y'all may think I'm cheating. I beat it once on the DS, my actual DS. Man, I still have one of the old DS's, like back when they first came out. And I just haven't felt like getting a new one. And then, like, literally, if you flick it on the top screen, the whole top screen's gonna fall off. It's that old. But, yeah, it's been through a lot. Yeah, it beat me Final Fantasy IV DS, Final Fantasy III. Also, bought the Dawn of Souls version then, and played it on that. Yeah, I use that a lot. Yeah, I don't have much to do around here. Alright, so we got more evil masks. These guys are annoying. Again, don't worry about MP. It's fine. We'll just use elixirs. I mean, all you pretty much need for the final battle is about 3 elixirs. But yeah. And now here is our last weapon, ultimate weapon. Okay, we also get red dragons. They weren't bosses up there on the surface. Well, let's take them out. And by the way, this right here is your last chance to hear this boss music. Yeah, as you can see, all the bosses through the Lunar Subterrane played the Dreadful Battle music. Yeah, these are the last chances in the game you'll get to hear these. So, unlike other final dungeons and other games, you can actually go through this whole final dungeon without fighting one boss. Really? So, yeah, that's a little weird, but you know, And people have also been asking me about my finale. Are you going to separate into 2 parts, or are you just going to do it all in one? I'm thinking about just doing it all in one. It depends on how long it takes me. I might do, like, if I at the most do 2 parts. The first part me beating the final boss, and the second part the ending. I don't know. But I'm not going to title those Let's Do It. I'm going to title those actually Finale, so yeah. Though, actually, the next episode will be finale part 1. Yeah. We're really close to the end now, guys. I mean, really. Alright, so here we got the final boss before the final battle. Against the Ugatopul. Utapikugu, whatever. Ogpogo. Whatever, he's pretty much a Leviathan. Yeah, another Leviathan, like we had another Bahamut up there. Yeah, you use Big Wave, it doesn't always work, but it's, as you can see here, it's hurting Edge, so... Well, I was gonna equip Thunderclaws, but apparently I sold them. Yeah, I sold all of those, so... This guy's not extremely weak to Thunder, but if he's weak to anything, it's Thunder, viewers, so... Pretty much use Lit 3. You could use Bahamut, but I don't want to save Spit MP. I mean, that'd just be wasting MP. This boss battle will take a while. Weak. Ow, Charlie, that really hurt. There's sand on my boots. I haven't forgotten about that, guys. Even though every time I seem to remember and I say it at moments that really don't match what I'm doing. So, like, really, you spoony Leviathan sea serpent thing. Yeah. I'll probably be making references galore during the final battle. Yeah, and Kane's dead. Well, that's odd. Usually it's always Edge that dies. Yeah, I don't know why, but bosses, people usually say Edge sucks. I think Edge is good, but it's just, now that I realize, most of the enemy's physical attacks are always directed towards Edge, see? Like, I don't know if it's unlucky for me or if there's actual reason, but Edge seems to be getting most of the physical attacks. Anyway, we did the final battle just now before the final battle. Yeah, well, not the final battle, the final boss. To get them, Masamune, whatever. Essentially, these tied for the best blade for Edge. I like how they did that. They gave you 2 for Edge. They had different names, but they gave you 2 so he wouldn't just have 1. So I like that. But one thing I don't like about this game, you don't have to think about your equipment setup at all. It's pretty much, this has a higher attack power, this has higher defense, so obviously I'm going with that. I don't really like that in this game. I mean, I like it in 6, how you have to hold on to your old armor and use it. I mean, I like the idea, and especially Final Fantasy 9, you have to hold on to your armors and do all that crazy stuff. And I like that, don't get me wrong, but here, I don't really like the equipment setup on this game. I mean, it's very simple. I mean, I know how they have the hidden, like, will and wisdom statuses, but, yeah, still. Don't really like it. Anyway, let's bring Edge back to life. Yeah. And you can see back there, that looks like a sun, but that is actually indeed the core of the moon. Yeah. So, and another really realistic thing of this game is we can just waltz on the moon and breathe. Well, I guess Final Fantasy really isn't realistic at all. I'll say probably the most realistic one is, sadly enough, Dirge of Cerberus, which is still like, I can't really think of one realistic Final Fantasy game. I mean, would you want a realistic Final Fantasy game? I mean, really, viewers, think of how boring that game would be. Final Fantasy, modern days, and they show up in Dissidia, and the main character being Toko in, tuxedo and briefcase. We have to have briefcase. Yeah, I don't think so. Anyway, we get a red dragon and behemoth. Yeah, I don't really like that. Yeah. Okay, this battle sucks. You see one red dragon right there, but if you look down there, it says Red Dragon 3. What? Girl, you tripping me. No, that indeed means after you kill this red dragon, it'll go away, and then another one will come out, and then I'll go to 2. You have to do that 3 times. No joke. So that sucks. Yeah, I'm just gonna kill it now. That one didn't really have that much HP, did it, viewers? Oh crap, Rosa needs healing. Oh! Whoa, why did Rosa just take 1 damage to that? Could it be because of the ribbon? Really, game? Really? In my worst situations when you decide to give me no cure for? This game is horrible to me. Another thing I like about this game is if they had come out with the idea of just switching people's turns, that if you don't want, like if you had Cecil's turn and then Kane's turn charged up while Cecil was going, you could just press a button and it'd go to Kane's turn and skip Cecil's and he's still be in standby. Like how they do that about 6. I don't really like that about this game because, well, the cheap thing to do is have Rosa's thing up and keep switching to other people and fighting and wait to heal until something big comes up and then doing it right like as that's happening. So that's what I do pretty much on like Final Fantasy 9, and that's what I did on the Final Fantasy 4 DS. Now, I really didn't think I enjoyed this game as much as I actually did during this LP, viewers. I'll admit. But I am actually taking strongly to considering that later in my LP, actually redoing this, re-LPing this game, except on the DS version. I'm really taking that into consideration, viewers, because, well, yeah. Now these guys, I'm gonna show them off for reports. You don't really have to fight them. They have a lot of HP and not really useful to kill. So nuke. Let's nuke him to death. Blast. That'll petrify you. Yeah, not petrify, but paralyze you. Yeah, so pretty much these guys pretty much report to another enemy that you can run into here, and whenever they do that, the other enemy before it comes out knows all your weaknesses. So, but of course we have no weak points, so it would be useless. Anyway, I'm just gonna pretty much run from those. They take a while to kill, and I'm not really gonna worry about it because this is the last hallway. Yeah. So I hope you all enjoyed this Let's Do It 5-part video series thing. Yeah. Now, up these stairs is Zeromus, and we will be ready for the final battle against Zemus himself. So this has been IPSer, and I'll come back prepared and we'll take him out on the finale of Let's Play Final Fantasy 4! This is IPSer signing out. See you all next time. Bye.